Welcome to Tasker Arena. I'm Dawn Morgan with Jonathan running camera tonight. We are here for another district game. It's Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. And this, of course, the next to the last game of the regular season for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. Of course, they want and expect to expand far beyond that. And if they continue on this road, they're 4-0 in district coming into this game, having defeated Clovis already in Clovis. Then if they beat Clovis tonight and then move on, their last game of the regular season will be on the road next Friday. They have a whole week off after tonight. They'll play at Carlsbad for the final district game and the final game of the regular season. They want to end up at, of course, 6-0 perfect in district and let there be, no question about who wins district, and then move into the district tournament, and then of course try to win that and then move on to state. So there's a lot of basketball left to play, even though this is the next to the last game of the regular season. This also was senior night, and there was that we had the video on and caught the senior night activities for that. But it didn't take long, and now we're here in the warm-up period, pregame, and we're going to go ahead and take a timeout as I'm working on another technical. I'm working on making sure that we have the score bug up for you on your video screen, and it's not letting me log in, so I'm going to have to try to solve that, get that so that the score bug is showing, and we can show you the score as you watch the game on your video. And we are going to be here with the game in about probably 15 minutes or so, scheduled for tip-off of this Hobbs versus Clovis district game here at Tasker Arena. I'm Dawn Morgan. We'll be back in just a few minutes with more Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. Welcome back to Tasker Arena for Lady Eagle basketball. I'm Dawn Morgan with Lady Eagles playing on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. Joined by Jonathan running camera for me tonight, and still solving a little bit of a technical issue behind things. Still trying to get that score book put up onto the video screen. We still have about 10 minutes before tip-off, so we've got some time, and hopefully that will pop up and show up before we get tipped off. So, want to just remind you, the Lady Eagles come in 21-3 on this season, 4-0 in district. They're number 1 in the coaches poll for New Mexico for 5A altogether. They're number 2 in the Max Preps, but they come off of a big win on the road. We were just with them on Tuesday night in Roswell at Roswell High, and that final score was 65-28, and you had Nakaya Mojica leading the Lady Eagles with 19 points, and let's see how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Yes, 5 of them were three-pointers, and we also had some great shooting by Brett Clay. She had 13 points and 10 rebounds in that game as well. And then Bryn Hargrove also had 9 points and 5 rebounds, and she had, let's see, one of those was a three-pointer. One of 3 of her points, 3 of her 9 points were three-pointers. Y'all had a three-pointer from Casely Moniz that night, and so a good shot, and a three-pointer from Madison Cepeda. So some good play all around. Kendall Cunningham came out big and had a great second half, especially. She had 8 points in the game. Well, she was equally as good. 4 points in the first, 4 points in the second, and rebounding too like crazy for the Lady Eagles as well. So good stuff all the way around. Aliana Armitage and Carolina Saiz, Navarro, and Kano all contributing and in the game. So it was a good night for the Lady Eagles and another good win. And now here they are against Clovis, whom they have beaten already on the road. So they are hoping to stay in form and notch another W so that they can go up 5-0 in district and go into that final game of the season on the road at Carlsbad next Friday as strong as possible. So we are going to be getting started here in just a few minutes. This their final regular season home game, but they should have no trouble getting a home game in the first round of the state playoffs. Of course, they have to play tonight. They have to play and win Friday night as well, and so they've got to, they've got to think about right now tonight. But with a look at the future, this should not be the last time this season with they see our great Lady Eagles and the entertaining and exciting brand of basketball they bring to us here at Tasker Arena. We should have at least one more chance to see them here. If not, probably a couple, because we'll have district tournaments, so we may have 2 or 3 games left to watch them here and enjoy them with Taskovich in the background, the girls, little dribblers out on the floor, and a nice crowd here tonight. So I'm going to take another break and be back in just a few minutes to get this one tipped off. And we are going to enjoy another great Lady Eagle basketball game on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5 with the help of Tiff Stuber and Juan Arona at One Radio Square. We'll be back in just a few minutes at Tasker Arena. And welcome back to Tasker Arena for Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball. An exciting night as they host Clovis. It's another district game. I'm Dawn Morgan with Jonathan running camera tonight. And yes, we got, I think we have the score bug, which will be popping up on the screen at any time now. And you'll be able to watch as the Lady Eagles tick off baskets tonight against Clovis. Clovis comes in, they're no slouch. They're 18-6 on the season, although they're 1-3 in district, as they were very strong at the beginning of the season, and then they've been, solid during the middle and the last part, but in district they have not done as well. They are ranked 8th overall in 5A, so they look like they, if it all comes down to not just rankings, but after the district tournaments, district champions, and sometimes the district champion is different than the outright season champion, and that really, further complicates things. So it's possible to be ranked as high as that in the state, and and maybe not make the playoffs. Not saying that that's going to happen. It's just that you don't really know when you start getting down around 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, because it's the 12 teams. They you don't quite know how things are going to shake out. So it's usually the first team, the district champion, will go for sure. The second team, some districts are, sometimes there is not a second team out of a district that makes the playoffs. Usually that's true though. So there's a real fight in this district as the teams. Hobbs cannot just assume because that they are going to be number one. We know in our hearts, and I think they know in their hearts and minds, of course, they're number one, but they got to play them and win them. But if they are number one and they win the outright season, as they should, and then go into the district tournament, they'll get a bye in the first round. And you've got to think they're the favorites going into the district tournament as well. So it remains to be seen who finishes second in the regular season, who finishes second in the district tournament. And we don't want to count our chickens before they hatch. I don't want to jinx anything, but that's looking way ahead. Really, it's all about the game tonight. And Coach would probably say that, tonight. So, hey, he's not even thinking about next Friday against Carlsbad yet. He's thinking about tonight. What should the team do? What are they working on? He's happy with the last couple of games as they've been. Everybody has really come back strong. They're starting to peak all at the same time, working as a team, contributing. And I'm happy to look down and see Jayla David is in uniform and out on the court. She did not play on Tuesday night. We didn't get a chance to talk with the coach after the game, so we didn't know and find out about why that was, but happy to look down and see she's warming up with the team. And so, the team, Hobbs, is so deep, and they're never all about just one player. Every player is special, every player is important, every player is unique, and they bring something special and different to the team. But it's about the team together and how strong they all are and how deep they are as a team, that sometimes they can be missing even a great player, a key player, a starter, and still perform and execute and win and beat teams. So it's awesome to see them all, though, and hopefully they're all healthy and we'll all be on the court tonight. We'll have to see. We are going to take another timeout here in just a moment. I'm going to run down the rosters for you right quick, and then we'll take a break for the national anthem and then the introduction of players. So for Clovis, number 2 is Gianna Cordova. Number 3 is Arai Lewis. 5 is Kieran Phillips. 10, Angelina Armijo. 15, Aspen Ulabari. 20, Amanda De La Rosa. 22, Asia Gonzalez. 25, Katie Archie. 30, Kaylin Jefferson. 40, Bryn Petner. 42, Mackenzie Roche. 50, Carrington Goff. For Hobbs, number 4 is Madison Cepeda. 10, Kylie Cano. 12, Aliana Armitage. 14, Brett Clay. 15, Nakaya Mojica. 20, Bryn Hargrove. 22, Kendall Cunningham. 23, Jayla David. 24, Carolina Size. 30, Nevea Navarro. 33, Kaisley Manise. 34, Alana Bolton. 55, Katie Godwin. By the way, the JV girls did win their game against the Clovis JV, and I didn't even write it down. It was about double. It was 60-something to 30-something. I looked up, and I was busy hooking things up, and I didn't jot the score down, but Hobbs JV, Lady Eagles, that is, easily defeated Clovis. So that sets a good tone coming into the varsity game tonight. And your starters for Clovis are going to be number 2, which is Cordova, number 3, which is Lewis, number 15, which is Ulobari, 30, who is Jefferson, and 42, who is Roach. And for Hobbs, your starters are going to be number 12, Armitage, number 14, Clay, number 15, Mojica, number 20 is Hargrove, and number 22 is Cunningham. So we see that Aliana Armitage is starting in the place of what would most of the time this season, Jayla David. So Jayla did warm up and is suited up, but don't know if we'll see her in the game tonight, or if we do, maybe it's limited minutes. We'll have to see. She, of course, coming back from an injury that she suffered in the Albuquerque Metro tournament, what feels like it was 3 seasons ago, and it's only been a matter of weeks. But both teams, at least the Hobbs Lady Eagles, are back out on the floor right now, and love it. And Clovis is out as well. So the teams are getting lined up and ready. We will take a break for our national anthem, introduction of teams, and we'll be back to get this one tipped off. Lady Eagles versus the Lady Wildcats of Clovis here at Tasker Arena. Back in a few minutes for more on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. Welcome back to Tasker Arena for Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5 as we are just about ready to get this one tipped off. Hobbs versus Clovis, a district game. I'm Dawn Morgan along with Jonathan running camera, and we have Tiff Stuber and our new student intern Juan Arona, who is training tonight under Tiff's tutelage. And I know that if Tiff had, $10 or maybe $100 for every person that she has helped train since she has been working at the station, she would be halfway to retirement by now. But doing a great job there behind the scenes and helping to get this game on the air and on our video and making sure that our video and audio quality continue to be good. So thank you very much for that good job, and welcome aboard, Juan. Now let's get ready to tip it off as our starters are on the floor. And in the circle, you've got Kendall Cunningham ready to try to win the tip, and she does. Goes to Aliana Armitage, and we're off to the races. With Armitage working the ball over to the left, getting it to Hargrove. Hargrove tries to pop a three, won't fall. Armitage with the rebound, and the putback good. Hobbs is on the board, 2-0. Clovis trying to find someone inbounding. Really great defense by Brett Clay, but they do get it up to Lewis. Lewis still in the backcourt, getting worked on by Hargrove. She bumps into Hargrove, no foul, no call. They get it to Jefferson. Jefferson in heavy traffic, and they're going to call a jump ball as Hargrove ties it up against Jefferson. I was holding my breath because I'm thinking that was a true jump ball. I was hoping it was not going to be called a foul. It was not. The arrow goes the way of Clovis, though. So purple will inbound, by the way, Clovis in their road purples with white and silver numbers. Hobbs in their home whites with black and gold piping and numbers. Inbound to Jefferson. Jefferson moving it around, so they'll get it to Lewis. And then into the right corner, a pass trying to find room in the lane. Hobbs keeping Clovis out of the paint pretty successfully here. So Clovis just trying to move it around the outside of the arc. They get it back to Lewis. Lewis finding room as they get it into Ulibarri. Is in the lane. She can't control it, though. He's going to kick it back out to Jefferson on the left wing. And back to Ulibarri, and now back to Lewis. Lewis approaches the right wing. Armitage keeps her away from it, though. And then over to Cordova. Clovis looking for room. Really tight, good defense here by Hobbs. And now Lewis is going to drive across the baseline and look to put up the ball. And she takes a little stutter step and turns it over. So first turnover for Clovis. Give the ball back to Hobbs, leading 2-0 here in the first quarter. Armitage brings it down, gets it to Clay. Clay works up top of the arc, drives in, kicks it to Hargrove. Hargrove drives across the lane, over into the left side, pulls up, and the ball is tipped away by Ulibarri as it was headed toward Mojica. And she comes down, tries to put it up, but pushed out by Hobbs. They take it down the other way, and a pass down almost taken by Clovis. Doesn't work. Clay gets it. It gets the ball, puts it up, no good, but Kendall Cunningham with the rebound and the putback, and Hobbs on the board, 4-0. Clovis coming the other way. Lewis across the timeline, left side, spinning. The ball loose on the floor as she fell. There was no foul, no harm, but the ball ends up still in Clovis' hands with Cordova. The ball up, no good, and Kendall Cunningham skies for the rebound, brings it down, kicks it to Hargrove. Hargrove out to Nakaya Mojica on the left wing. Gets up top of the arc. She was thinking about pulling the trigger and decided to go ahead and pass to Cunningham, who was moving into the low post position. And it was a good pass. Cunningham reaching up for it, but it gets knocked away, and Cunningham gets fouled as Jefferson was trying to grab the ball or block it, trying to knock it away or get it, and gets hand and arm and shoulder and head. So first foul, and Cunningham, she was in the after shooting. Cunningham at the line, buries the first one. She's got 3 points in the game, makes it 5-0. She'll have another chance as timeout just as Hargrove tying her shoe, retying. Now we're all ready to play. Kendall Cunningham with the ball, eyes it, skies it, and no good. Comes in and out. Jefferson with the rebound. So still 5-0. Hobbs leading, 5:30 left in the first. And Lewis loses the handle on it, stumbles, and the ball taken away by Hobbs. The pass down to Hargrove, who puts it up and in from the right. And that was off of a great assist. I didn't see who actually bumped that. I was looking down. And Hobbs stealing the ball before Clovis can inbound it properly and control it. So Hobbs has it, looking for position. Armitage over to Mojica. Mejia back up to Armitage. She drives in and puts it up and in from the left. She's got 4 points in the game, 9-0 now. And Clovis has yet to get on the board. 4:50 left here in this first quarter. Still in the backcourt. Nifty little move there by, I believe, Lewis. Is that Lewis or Cordova? To get it into the front court, keep it out of the hands of Hobbs. Good defense by Hobbs, but I think that they're going to call Hargrove for being just a little too close. It'll be on the floor. No. Okay. They're just going to, okay. No foul, no foul was called. Clovis with the ball still. Jefferson with it. Passes over in the left corner. Hobbs smothering Lewis right away. So they get it out instead to Ulibarri in the right corner, and she pops a tray. Got to watch her and try to keep a hand in her face. Quickly. Hobbs making very quick transition, bringing the ball down. Size in the game now for Hobbs. Gets it to Mojica. Mojica from the right corner pops a tray. She had 5 threes in the game on Tuesday night, that big victory over Roswell High, and she's looking to be in good form again tonight. So here we go, 12-3. Clovis making a fast transition that time, bringing the ball down, getting it into the hands of Jefferson. Jefferson loses the handle on it. The ball goes out of bounds off of great pressure, defensive pressure by Hobbs, but it's last touch by Hobbs and will stay Clovis basketball. Jefferson will inbound right to the right of the Clovis basket, looking to get it in. Hobbs, good defense. They get it in. Oh, you know, I think that was Lewis, actually. Lewis, who got it into Jefferson, 3 and 30. Leaves it off for Ulibarri. Ulibarri passing over to try to find Lewis. It's tipped out. Good hustle by Hobbs. Hargrove, Clay. Great defense. Armitage, too. Size in the game as well. Size came in for Cunningham. Oh, the ball. Bad pass inbounds. Stolen away. Tipped by Armitage. Pitch up by Clay. Clay gets it to Mojica. Mojica pops another 3. Back-to-back threes for her. This time, not in the corner, but on the right wing, and makes it 15-3. And a timeout is taken with 3:39 left. Let's see, is it going to be it is a full 60, so we'll take a 30-second timeout and be back with more Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. And welcome back to Tasker Arena for Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. Out of the timeout, it'll be Clovis basketball with 3:39 left to play in the first. Hobbs leading 15-3. And Clovis still in the backcourt now as they move it forward. Jefferson across the timeline, moving it up to Lewis. Lewis in the left corner gets it over to the right wing. Good defensive transitions there. They get it back to Lewis. Oh, and Lewis from the left wing. Lewis now pops a 3, makes it 15-6. The second Clovis player to pop a 3. Hobbs is going to have to guard against the perimeter and watch Clovis's outside game. Hobbs with the ball, bringing it down, working it around. Manice back in the game now. She's in the game for the first time for the Lady Eagles in this game. A shot is up, no good. Fight for the rebound, and I think there's going to be a foul called on the rebound. And let's see, that's against Cunningham. It'll be on the floor. Clovis with the ball, inbounds it, get it to Lewis. Lewis finally across the timeline, works up to the top of the arc. Zepeda in the game now for Hobbs, reaching in, almost stealing that. Clovis working a little faster. Bounce pass into Roach. Roach puts up a ball, won't fall, and Mojica skies for the rebound. Her first to Clay. Clay drives in, then kicks it out to Manise. Manise in the left corner, tries a three, won't fall, and then a fight for the rebound as Cunningham has her hands on it, and fighting for it was Ulibarri. And they call a jump ball. It should go the way. The arrow should be Hobbs. That's right, because the arrow last time for the jump ball was Clovis. So it'll be Hobbs' ball. Mojica looking to inbound, gets it to Clay. Clay getting guarded by Jefferson, tries to push it out. Instead, she launches herself into the stands. Good thing somebody was there to kind of catch her, break her fall. Stays Hobbs girls basketball. Inbounding now, Mojica out to Manise. Manise to Clay. Clay thinks about the three, then passes to Cunningham in the lane. Cunningham puts it up and in. From the left, it doesn't go in, but she is fouled, so she'll go to the line. So, good shot, though, and good teamwork as two Hobbs players thought about the three and instead worked to get it in a little closer to the basket and to have a clearer shot. And Cunningham puts it up. Ooh, it bounces around inside just a little bit, but it goes in, so good job for her. Makes it 16-6. Hobbs with a 10-point lead. 2:19 left to go in the first quarter. Fast moving first. Oh, and the second is no good. But Manise with the rebound keeps it Hobbs' ball. Moves it across to get it to Hargrove. Hargrove on the right wing puts up a three shot, won't fall, and that's going to be Lewis with the rebound, her first. So Lewis brings it around. They're going to call Zepeda for a bump foul against Lewis. Hobbs does not like that. I think they see that as a kind of incidental contact, ticky-tacky foul, but they're going to call it, and nonetheless, it is a foul on the floor. Stays Clovis ball. They inbound. Back to Lewis. Lewis getting worked on by Zepeda. Moves out. Good coverage against Clovis, trying to keep him out of the paint, keep him without a shot close in. But you got to remember, two Clovis players have popped threes from the perimeter, so you got to guard against that. Jefferson drove into the basket, put up a shot. It did not fall. There was a fight for the rebound, and they're going to say it was pushed out of bounds. That's right, no foul, but it'll be Clovis basketball. 16-6, 10-point lead by Hobbs, 1:40 left in the first. Lewis looking for somebody, finds Jefferson out near midcourt. She's immediately double-teamed. Hobbs making those good defensive transitions. Clovis is really spreading them all across the court, and that means Hobbs is really having to hustle to cover and try to keep anybody from being open. Clay almost stole a pass away, and a three-point shot as Clay flew by trying to get it out. De La Rosa dropped a three-pointer from the right wing. So 16-9 now. Clovis eating into the Hobbs lead. Hobbs with the ball, almost stolen away by Jefferson. Clay corrals it back, gets it to Cunningham. Cunningham to Hargrove. Hargrove drives in and puts up a little floater, and it falls. So she's got 2 more points in the game. She's got 4 altogether. And she was bumped coming down and ended up on the floor, but no foul. No foul was called. No whistle sounds. 18-9 your score now. 39 seconds left, and a whistle is called as Clovis bringing the ball back down, and Hobbs is going to get called for another foul, and that's going to be on Madison Zepeda. So her second. That is the 4th team foul on Hobbs. And it'll be Cordova inbounding, but Hobbs steals it away. Nice. As Hargrove has it, brings it down, gets it to Cunningham. Cunningham in the lane puts up a point-blank shot. Layup won't fall, but Clay with the rebound. And now over to Armitage. Back to Hargrove. Hargrove steps up, tries a three, won't fall. And now this time it is De La Rosa with the rebound. 15 seconds left in the first. Clovis with the ball. They get it to Ulibarri. Thinks about the three from the left corner, won't fall. And now pushed away, stolen away by Nakaya Mojica, and she takes it up and in. And she's got 8 points in the game, makes it 20-9. And that is it for the first quarter. as into the first quarter, and Hobbs, with a little spurt there toward the end, stretches it back out 20-9, an 11-point lead. And we'll be back with the second quarter. More Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. And welcome back to Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. I'm Dawn Morgan with Jonathan running camera, and we are here getting ready for the second quarter of action. It's Hobbs versus Clovis, and Hobbs is leading 20-9. Hobbs inbounds at midcourt. Armitage with the ball to Cunningham. Cunningham kicks it over to Clay, thinks about the three, drives in, back to Cunningham. Cunningham pulls up, tries a jumper, won't fall, and Lewis with her second rebound denies Hobbs a second look at the basket. So, and Lewis she had a little spin move and was driving toward the lane, and two Hobbs Lady Eagles, they're guarding her, and they're going to call Ileana Armitage with a foul. That's her first. Clovis will keep the ball. They'll inbound. They get it back to Lewis, who tries a three. It won't fall, and it's Roach with the rebound. So Clovis gets a second look at it. Another three-pointer launched by Jefferson won't fall, and now Hargrove with the rebound. She's going to bring it down, drive in coast to coast, and oh, it does not fall. Fight for the rebound. She gets her own rebound. Tries a shot again. This time it fell. She was not in three-point range, but we'll take it. 2 points, another two, and she's got 6 in the game. So Hobbs 22-9 now. 7 minutes left as Clovis trying to pass it. Good hustle by Hobbs. Sends it out of bounds, and Hobbs will have the ball. So good defense. 4 turnovers for Clovis in the game so far. Ileana Armitage taking the inbound, driving, does not finish the layup. Tries to put it up, did not draw the foul, and needed to work a little harder putting up that layup, finishing that, but does not get it, and Clovis gets the rebound. And I think that rebound was 22, Gonzalez. Clovis moving the ball around. They get it to Lewis. Lewis tries to put up a shot. It falls short, and Clay with the rebound, her second. She drives down, gets it to Cunningham. A beautiful give and go right underneath the basket as Cunningham puts it up and in, and Clay with an assist. Great job. Good teamwork. 24-9, and coming back the other way, Clovis trying to move the ball out of the backcourt under good defensive pressure by Hobbs. Goes out of bounds. So turnover, number 5. And Hobbs with the ball. Hargrove's got it. Gets it to Cunningham right underneath the basket to the left. Puts it up and in on an assist by Hargrove. 2 more points for Cunningham. 26-9. Cunningham has 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 in the game now. And a timeout by Clovis under head coach Jeff Reed, who wants to talk about it, as we're in the second quarter, and it was just a 30-second timeout, so we're keeping it right here. 26-9 your score, with Hobbs dominating. So far, Armitage with 4 points, Clay with a steal and an assist and a couple of rebounds. Mojica has 8 points in the game, 2 trays already. Hargrove has 6 points in the game and an assist. Cunningham as I said, had 8 points in the game, 2 of them from the free throw line, and she's got a couple of rebounds. And Caitlin Manise has a rebound as well. So Hobbs doing a good job taking care of the boards, but Clovis is getting some rebounds and denying Hobbs second looks at the basket at times. So if Hobbs, that's the only thing that they could improve, is just finishing the shots or getting more shots from the floor to fall in. Clovis moving the ball very quickly this time, trying to put up a shot, falling right underneath the basket, but no foul was Lewis as she took a pass, drove in the lane, tried to put up a shot. It did not fall, goes out of bounds, but it was last touched by Hobbs, goes out. And we have subs coming in for Clovis, 2 players coming in with fresh legs. Clovis will inbound and work it around. That's going to be Roach with the ball. Oh, taken away by Hargrove. Hargrove steals it, and then misses the layup, but Armitage is right there with the rebound and gets it to Cunningham. Cunningham loses it, but Hargrove picks it up. Over to Size in the game now. To Armitage, back to Size. Back to Armitage in the left corner. She's going to drive. No room. Good defense by Clovis right now. Get it to Mojica, top of the arc. Mojica drives over to the left, looking for room. Then kicks it over to Size in the left corner. She drives toward the lane and puts up a little floater. Nice. Very casual, and but nice how that to win in and gives her 2 points, her first 2 of the game. 28-9 now, 5:18 left in the second. Clovis moving it down quickly down the court now this time, trying to make better, quicker transitions, working the ball a little sharper and faster, trying to find Lewis in the lane, does not have to kick it back out. And then they put a shot up, it spins around and goes out. Rebound by Cunningham, and it ends up getting tipped on the floor. She saves it, gets it to Mojica. Mojica to Armitage. Armitage to Size. Size trying a 3 from the right wing. Doesn't go. Armitage skies up for the rebound, and now cycles the ball to Mojica. Mojica drives in and puts one up and in, and she has 10 points in the game now. Makes it 30-9. Hobbs with a lot of looks at the basket. There was some great offensive rebounding and good hustle, keeping it out of the hands, and a turnover by Clovis. Nice work there. A steal by Hobbs. Giving it to Hargrove. Hargrove tees off right at the top of the arc, and the ball bounces out. Fight for the rebound. It's going to be controlled by Clovis. That's Ulabari with the rebound on that one. She passes it off. A 3-point shot by Lewis does not fall, and I believe it was Mojica with the rebound. Either Mojica, and a shot up by Hobbs does not go, but Size with the rebound. And I believe that was Cunningham. Makes it 32. Clovis coming back down. They get it to Armijo. Armijo down to Lewis. Lewis drives in the lane, puts it up from the right. Now Lewis has 5 points in the game. Makes it 32-11. 3:30 left to play in the second. Hobbs with the ball. Hargrove's got it. Oh, and Hargrove's out. Instead of driving in, she decided to turn around and pass it. And when she did, she traveled. So that's only this. I've got it only as the second turnover for Hobbs in the game. There might have been another steal by Clovis. It might actually be. Yeah, I'm going to keep it at 2 because I've got 7 turnovers for Clovis and 2 for Hobbs. But I worry more about points and rebounds, so I'm not always accurate on the turnovers. And Clovis with the ball coming down the other way. They get it in the shot up from the right corner, no good. Loose ball on the floor, fight for it, and it's going to be Clay who comes up with it, her 3rd rebound. Clay pulls up, gets it to Cepeda in the left corner, and now to Size. Jayla David in the game for the first time now for Hobbs. Size hanging on to it, gets it to Manise. Manise out to Cepeda as Hobbs put in several pairs of fresh legs right after that turnover. Back to Clay. Clay drives in, muscles in, then kicks it out to Manise in the right wing. Manise pops the 3. Very unselfish ball by Clay, who used her muscle to drive in and did the unexpected, kicking it out. She gets an assist, and Manise gets a 3. 35-11 as Clovis takes it down the court, and fighting for it. De La Rosa ends up on the floor, and I think they're going to whistle and call a foul on Hobbs. And they're going to call that. Are they going to call that on Jayla? They do. They call it on Jayla David. So her first foul. It is the second team foul on Hobbs here in the second quarter. And it's going to send De La Rosa to the line. She's got 3 points in the game. She popped a three earlier. Now her first trip to the line. Eyes it, skies it, and it rolls in. Bounces and then rolls. So 35-12 now. Hobbs firmly in control of this one. However, Clovis is still out there fighting. It's just that the fighting has gotten very physical, and luckily no emotion behind that yet, or at least not visible. In and out, and it's Clay with the rebound. She is a monster on the boards tonight for Hobbs. Oh, loses the handle on it. Defensive pressure by Armijo, who comes along and steals it. So that is the third turnover for Hobbs. Clovis brings it up. De La Rosa's got it, spinning around. Oh, and he traveled. Oh, yeah, she definitely palm the ball. Yep, double dribble. So give that over. I've got that down as the 8th turnover for Clovis. It could be more, as I said, but Hobbs has got it. Got 2:15 left in the second, and number 15, Mojica with the ball for Hobbs. Driving in to the left side. She's going to put it up and in. Loses the handle on it, but manages to corral it, kick it out to Cepeda, and Cepeda in the lane. Going to take a shot, gets fouled. I think they may call it on De La Rosa. Oh, push foul. Yep, they are. So that's the first foul on her. And it's the second team foul on Clovis, not a shooting foul. So Mojica will inbound, get it to Clay. Clay getting worked on by Jefferson. Oh, and then stolen away as a nifty little move by Petner. And fourth turnover for Hobbs. No room, though, as good defense by Hobbs. And a pop-up off of that defensive pressure. A nice steal by Kaislyn Maniz. Maniz to Mojica. Mojica to Cepeda. Cepeda right there to the left is going to put up the shot and gets blocked and fouled, as they'll call that on De La Rosa. They certainly will. It's going to be a second quick foul on her. And that's going to cut Cepeda at the line. She was in the act of shooting. And she'll get a chance to put two in. David is going to come out. Clay will come out. Nope, they're not. Coach just wanted a word with both of them. They're going to hang back. As Cepeda eyes it, skies it, and buries it. Her first point in the game makes it 36-12. And now it's Mojica and Maniz in the blocks for Hobbs. David and Clay back, and Cepeda at the line. You've got De La Rosa and Jefferson in the blocks for Clovis, ready to try to rebound. Second shot is up, and oh, that one rattles out. But Mojica there with the rebound. The putback no good. A fight for the rebound, and Jefferson has it. So Mojica with the rebound, and then a fight for it as the pass still in the backcourt. Clovis still back, now getting guarded by Hobbs. And yes, time expires. Great defense by Hobbs. Great defense. Keeping the ball in the backcourt, keeping Clovis away from it, and then stealing it, but it didn't matter. The point's moot because they had already forced the turnover. So they don't want to waste it. And as I just said that, the bad pass goes in the hands of Clovis. And that's Lewis still in the backcourt. Finally, she does make it across in time. So Hobbs did not capitalize on that turnover. And then a three-point shot up from the left wing, no good. Jayla David with the rebound, her first. Cepeda is going to bring it down across the left side, pull up at the free throw line, then pull back out. Looking for room, gets it to David. David moves it, drives in. No more room, kicks it out to Mojica, waiting in the left corner. Beautiful assist by David. And Mojica with another three, her third of the game, makes it 39-12. 46 seconds left. Clovis with the ball brings it down. Almost stolen away by Hobbs. They get it in the hands of Lewis. Lewis then gets fouled as she was going up for a shot. And they're going to call that, I think, on Clay. No, on Mojica. 15, not 14. So Mojica, that's her first foul. Third one on Hobbs in this second quarter. And it's going to put number 3, Lewis, at the line. Her first trip to the line, eyes it, skies it, it falls out to the left. She'll have another shot at it, and let's see, Roach is going to come in, and Jefferson will go out for Clovis. Mojica comes out, and let's see, Cunningham back in for Hobbs. 39-12 your score. Second one is up and good for Lewis, makes it 39-13. Hobbs with the ball, 40 seconds left before half. Cepeda's got it. Lopes across the timeline on the right side, getting worked on by De La Rosa. Moves it to David. David, top of the arc, into Clay. Clay into the right side, puts it up and in. Another assist by David, and 2 more points for Clay. Makes it 41-13. 20 seconds left before half. Lewis in the back court, getting worked on by Manise. Up to De La Rosa, back to Lewis, drives in, and yeah, they're going to call a lane violation? No, they're going to call a foul, I think, on Hobbs. Yep. So it'll stay Clovis basketball. They're going to call that on Cepeda, and that's her third. 4th team foul on Hobbs in this second quarter. The inbound goes to Lewis, then over to De La Rosa, then in the left corner, back to Lewis. Lewis tries to pop the 3, won't fall. And the rebound and put back no good. And Cepeda gets credit for the rebound, as then it goes out of bounds. It's knocked away by Clovis. No, it goes out of bounds off of Cepeda's hand. So it will be Clovis basketball. 1.8 seconds left before halftime. And Hobbs firmly in control of this one, 41-13. A shot up by Lewis from the left corner is no good, and time expires on the second quarter. Your score 41-13. We'll be back with your halftime report with Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. Welcome back to Tasker Arena for Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. I'm Dawn Morgan, along with Jonathan running camera tonight. We have Tiff Stuber and Juan Arona engineering and producing at One Radio Square. And your halftime score, 41-13, here with your Hobbs Lady Eagles leading Clovis Lady Wildcats. And here's your scoring so far. Your leading scorer for the Lady Cats so far is Zarai Lewis with 6 points. She's got a couple of rebounds to go with that. Then you've got De La Rosa with 4 points and at least 1 rebound. I'm a little lax on keeping track of the rebounds for the opposing team, trying to keep them a little closer for us, but at least 1 rebound for De La Rosa. Also, you've got, that's it, 6 points for Lewis. You've got a steal for Armijo. You've got Ula Bottery with 3 points. She hit a tray, and she's got a rebound to go with that as well, so she's got 3 points. Gonzalez with the rebound. Jefferson with 3 rebounds, but no points yet, and Hobbs doing a good job of really guarding and containing her in the first half. Petner with a steal, and Roach with a couple of rebounds. So the 6 points from Lewis, 3 points from Ulabati, 4 points from De La Rosa. And that's how Clovis gets their 13. For Hobbs, your leading scorer so far in this one is Nakaya Mojica with 13 points and 3 of those trays. She's also got 3 rebounds to go with that. You've got Kendall Cunningham with 10 points, 4 rebounds. You've also got Alayana Armitage with 4 points, 3 rebounds. You've got Brett Clay with 2 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. And you've got David with a rebound, 2 assists. Size with 2 points and a rebound. And Manise with 3 points, a rebound, and a steal. So your points from Mojica, from Cunningham, from Clay, Armitage, Zepeda, Size, and Manise total up to your 41 points for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. Not a lot of fouling so far. Clovis has been to the line, and they are one of 1 from the line. 1 of 2 from the line, I think. Don't think I wrote down a miss on that one. So 1 for 2 at the line. And Hobbs had Madison Cepeda. She hit one. That was her 1 point was from the free throw line earlier. And let's see who else has been to the line for Hobbs. Cunningham has shot 2 from the line. She's 2 for 4 tonight from the line. And those are the only 2 Lady Eagles who have been to the line so far tonight. So it's been a pretty fast-paced first half of this one, as Hobbs coming in 21-3 and 4-0. And Clovis coming in 18-6 and 1-3 in district. Hobbs looking to try to close this one out in the second quarter of the second half. They're going to have to come back, do exactly what they've been doing. They've had excellent defense, have not been turning over the ball much. I've got at least 10 turnovers for Clovis, and I might have missed a couple. I've got Hobbs down for 5 turnovers, and I think that's accurate. But Hobbs not always taking the turnover and capitalizing on it with a score, but they have been doing and executing great defensive pressure and forcing those turnovers by Clovis and giving themselves, extra possessions and therefore extra looks and plenty of points on the board to show for that. Even though they have a few missed shots, still, I think all in all, doing well in that first half. They're just going to have to look at doing that again, contain Jefferson as much as they can and keep. When Clovis started hitting threes, they started guarding, guarding the outside a little better, and Clovis has their three-pointers came fairly early in the game, and Hobbs was able to kind of cut those and shut those down in that second quarter for the most part. So second half is coming up, and we'll take another timeout, be back in a couple of minutes, and get this second half underway at Tasker Arena with more Lady Eagle basketball coming up on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. And welcome back to Tasker Arena for the second half of this Lady Eagle, Lady Wildcat district game here as Hobbs hosting Clovis, and your halftime score 41-13. And I did not write down the end of the first quarter score. Hobbs was leading in that one big time as well. And Hobbs able to really contain and control Clovis. However, Clovis has been fighting. They've been making some adjustments, putting some different players out on the floor, working on making quicker adjustments, quicker transitions from offense to defense and defense to offense, and looking to try to beat the press. And they've been successful a couple of times, but they haven't been able to execute because Hobbs has just been right there interrupting their plans and on tight defense and using their quickness and speed as well. But Clovis has scored a few three-pointers with Luis Ulibarri de la Rosa all scoring three-pointers in the first half for Clovis, but Hobbs saw that, made some adjustments, and the three-pointers, three-point shots that Clovis has taken in that second quarter did not fall as quickly as they did in that first quarter. So Hobbs, again, playing very well in this first half against Clovis. Clovis is not going away, so Hobbs got to get their feet on the gas. 41-13, a big score to start this third quarter, and Hobbs will have the ball to inbound, so we're getting ready to go. The five starters on the floor for both teams as Armitage, Clay, Mojica, Hargrove, and Cunningham out for Hobbs. And, oh no, it'll be Clovis to inbound. My bad. And the inbound goes to Lewis. Lewis then over to Ulibarri. Ulibarri back to Lewis in the left corner. A pass into Jefferson in the lane. Cunningham blocking her out. And now a turnaround jumper does not go, and Armitage with the rebound. And that's exactly what they've been doing, is really guarding Jefferson and denying her points. Hobbs working the ball around into Cunningham, back out to Mojica, into Cunningham, back out to Hargrove. Hargrove to Mojica, top of the arc, then to Clay on the left wing. Clay into Armitage in the left corner. Then to Cunningham. Cunningham passing over to Clay. Clay over to Hargrove. Now Mojica. Back to Hargrove. Hargrove moves it around. Mojica back to Clay. Clay pulls up, tries a three, and buries it. Nothing but net from the left corner. Clay in the books finally with a three-pointer. She had 2 points in the first half, but she had been very unselfish with the ball. A lot of rebounds for her and assists and steals as well. So a good game, just in a different way. Clovis brings it around. 44-13 is your score, and Clovis with the ball. And it goes, steps out of bounds. It's going to be another turnover for them. I had them down for 10 turnovers in the first half. Give it to Hobbs, 44-13. Armitage bring the ball across the timeline to Hargrove on the left wing. Hargrove into Clay. Clay over to Mojica. She drives in, gives it to Cunningham. Cunningham no room, so she bounce passes to Clay. Clay getting worked on as well. And now they move it over to Mojica in the left corner. She tries a three-point shot, won't fall, and it's Roach with the rebound. That's at least her third rebound for Clovis. I had Clovis down for 10 rebounds in the first half, but I think I did not write down a couple of their rebounds. A shot up, no good, and Jefferson with the rebound, her fourth. Passes it around. The ball up, no good. It was just kind of an air ball, kind of up for grabs. Hobbs trying to find it, tip it, but it goes off the hands of Clovis out of bounds. Cordoba had been trying to control it. So Hobbs will have it. Cunningham inbounds to Armitage. Armitage to Mojica on the right wing, into the right corner to Clay. Clay back out to Armitage near center court. Just kind of loose defense by Clovis right now. They're just working, keeping Hobbs out of the paint. Hobbs going to move the ball around the outside of the arc and back again. Armitage center court over to Hargrove on the left wing. Again, good defense by Clovis. Nice pass to Hargrove. Hargrove pulls up, just says, nope, I'm going to try a shot. It does not fall, but Armitage skies for the rebound. Now she passes to Mojica, and Mojica buries the tray with an assist by Armitage, and Mojica's got 3 more points and makes it 47-13. Clovis with the ball, coming down, it's Lewis. No, it's Cordoba. Cordoba, as Cordoba's moving the ball, she gets bounced into by Hargrove and Clay. We'll see who they call that on. It's going to be on Hargrove. That's her first foul and first team foul against Hobbs in this second half, in this third quarter. Clovis inbounds. They get it back to Cordova. Cordova drives the lane. The ball pops up, no good, and it's tipped over by Cunningham over to Mojica. Mojica then gets it to Hargrove. Hargrove tries a three from the left corner, won't fall, but Clay with a rebound. Leaves it off for Armitage. Over to Hargrove, back to Armitage on the right wing. Back to Hargrove near center court. Back to Armitage, back to Hargrove. Hargrove moves, gets it into Cunningham, kicks it over to Mojica, thinks about the three. She got a player in her face, so she sends it to Clay. Then Clay over to Armitage, who drives across the baseline, runs out of room, gets it back to Clay. Clay now pulls in, drives up, and tries to land a floater. It won't fall, and it is Lewis with the rebound. So Hobbs with 2 or 3 looks at the basket did not work, and now the ball tipped away and stolen by Hobbs. Clay is going to pick it up and take it hippity-hop and put it up and in off of the steal and makes it 49-13. Here comes Lewis for Clovis. Tries to put up a shot from the left. Good defense by Hobbs. It will not fall, and Hargrove with the rebound. Gets it to Mojica. Mojica puts it up and in. 2 more points for her. And she's got 13, 16. She's got 18 in the game now. And Hobbs is up 51-13. So 51-13 and a timeout taken. It's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here as Hobbs has come out in this third quarter and poured it on, scoring 10 unanswered points. Clovis started the second half with 13 points, and here they are, still 13 points. So Hobbs is, although it could have been much worse, Hobbs has had several looks at the basket that haven't fallen. They've had some offensive rebounding, giving them more looks and chances. But Clovis has also had 3 rebounds so far in this second half, and they have not been able to take the ball down and get it to fall. They have not registered a basket so far, and we have only 3:51 left. We're more than halfway done with this third quarter. So 51-13, Clovis will have the ball. It was their timeout. They'll have it in their end, right? Or they'll have it on Hobbs' end. And they'll inbound. That's De La Rosa. No, Gonzalez into De La Rosa. And now over to Petner. Petner moving it quickly, bounce pass to Lewis. Lewis over on the right wing to De La Rosa. She tries a 3, won't fall. Roach with the rebound, and a putback doesn't fall. Gets her own rebound. A fight for the putback, and Mojica takes it. And then as she's passing, she gets fouled. So they're going to call that on Jefferson. It's her, let's see, it's her 3rd foul, first team foul. Give it to Hobbs. Come the other way. Hobbs going to pass around the outside of the arc. As size in the game now for Cunningham. Armitage gets it to Mojica. Back to Armitage. Now back to Mojica in the right corner. Drifts back. Not open for the 3. Bounce pass to Clay. Now moves Mojica into the lane. And Hobbs with the ball outside of the arc. Size almost losing it to Petner trying to steal it. Now Hobbs quicker, sharper passes around the outside of the arc. Into Mojica. Mojica to Clay. Clay, nope, they're going to call a foul, an offensive foul on Clay. Hobbs doesn't like that. Faithful booing. That's a second foul on Clay. Or is that her? It's her. Yeah, it's her second foul and second team foul for Hobbs in this third quarter. 2:17 left. Clovis with the ball. They bring it down quickly. Moving it around outside the arc. That is De La Rosa into Gonzalez. Drives in, pushes it back to Lewis. Lewis in heavy traffic, gets it to Petner. Petner over to De La Rosa. And then stolen away. Armitage with a steal. Going to take it down coast to coast, put it up and in. Does not fall. Fight for the rebound. And I think Lewis fouled Clay. Clay was going up for the rebound. And I think they're going to call that on Lewis. So second, I thought that was the third. I guess it's the second team foul. It's the first one on Lewis, but second team foul on Clovis in this second half. It'll be Hobbs' ball. Mojica inbounding just to the right of the basket. She gets it into Manice. Manice, right underneath the basket, she posted up and tried to put the ball up, and she gets fouled going up, so she'll go to the line. They're going to call that. That is going to be on Lewis. 2 quick fouls on her, and that'll put Manice at the line. Manice has 3 points in the game, a rebound and a steal, and now a point from the free throw line. So she got 4 in the game, makes it 52-13. 58 seconds left as it's more than 35 points ahead, so it's running clock. Hobbs is more than 35 ahead, I should say, so clock is running. And the second one up and good. Manice with 5 points in the game makes it 53-13, a 40-point lead by Hobbs. And, they're going to call the charge on De La Rosa and give it over to Hobbs. So third team foul, and give it to Hobbs. 25 seconds left in the third with running clock. Size and Cepeda and David in the game now for Hobbs, along with Manice and Mojica. Working the ball around the outside of the arc, goes out of bounds, but it'll be Hobbs basketball, as Clovis also sending a couple of subs in, as Cordova and Ulibarri come in, and Lewis is going to go out, and Petner comes back in. And that's it. They had time to get the players in with the running clock. It goes by very, very quickly. So at the end of 3, Hobbs is up 53-15, 40-point lead, and we'll be back in 30 seconds with the 4th and final quarter of this game. Hobbs versus Clovis, your Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. Welcome back to Lady Eagle basketball from Tasker Arena, as your Hobbs girls have this one firmly in hand at the end of the third quarter. 53-13 is your score, 53-13, and Hobbs was able to keep Clovis from scoring in the third quarter. Of course, with running clock, it makes it go by very, very fast. Your opportunities are just, they evaporate before you know it if you're on the team that is on the other end of that more than 35-point lead. So it makes it very tough to score and to come back at all. Hobbs with the ball, can work it around outside the arc. Manice over to Cepeda. Cepeda looking for room. Moves it to Jayla David. Jayla in the lane, up and in, as she waited and was patient, posted up and got 2 points. So good to see her back in action. 55-13 now. Clovis finally crossed the timeline. Roach over to Cordova. Cordova getting worked on by Cepeda. Looking for room on the right wing there. Is that Roach or is that number 3? It's hard to tell. I think it may be actually Lewis. And I think they're going to call. They're going to say a turnover, as ball handling infraction gives the ball back to Hobbs. Turnover number 16 for Clovis. Hobbs with the ball. Mojica to David. David to Cunningham. Cunningham back into David. Beautiful give and go. It just didn't fall. Then a fight for the rebound, and Lewis is going to come away with it. Although great attempt by Hobbs there. Beautiful moves. Just didn't finish. Clovis with the ball, working it quickly. They get it to Jefferson. Jefferson tries to put it up and in from the right side. The ball comes down. A fight for it. Jump ball is going to be called, as Cunningham and Roach both had their hands on it. And we'll see. It's probably purple. Yeah, I was going to say, we haven't had all that many jump balls. This may be, maybe the third jump ball. I think it was Clovis first, Hobbs second, back to Clovis now, something like that. Clovis will inbound from underneath their basket. out to Cordova. Cordova to Roach. Roach moves it over to Ulibarri, tries a three, hits off the backboard, fight for the rebound, and Clovis actually gets that. I think that was Ulibarri with the rebound. And then a three-point attempt up by Lewis doesn't fall. Ball, a fight for the rebound, and it's Mojica who comes up with it. They get it to Cunningham. Cunningham drives in, up and in from the left. So 2 more points for her. Makes it 57-13, running clock. And a takeaway, another turnover as good defensive pressure. And that is Hobbs with another steal. Now they're going to take it, work it around the arc. David to Zepeda in the left corner. Zepeda, a three-pointer up, no good. She gets her own rebound. Kicks it out to Mojica. Mojica's three-pointer doesn't fall. Fight for the rebound. This time Clovis has it. And they get it down. Who is that? It's going to drive in from the left, try to take it up and in. And she does. And I think that's either Cordova or Lewis. That's Cordova. And she's getting worked on by Cunningham, as I think they're going to call Cunningham with a foul. So that's just the second foul on Kendall. And Cordova will go to the line. 57-15 is your score. And let's see, Mojica, David, and Zepeda come out for, or not, Muniz. Who was that? Yeah, Muniz. Come out for Hobbs. And the free throw attempt, no good. Jayla David brings the rebound down. And they're going to call Jefferson for the foul against David. So Hobbs will have the ball. 57-15, running clock. 4 minutes left to play in this game. Hobbs has been in charge from the very beginning. Clovis has fought, though, and has not gone away, and they're still out there trying to put points on the board. Just Hobbs has been so dominant in all aspects of the game. It's a little tough to make inroads. Hobbs just passing the ball around outside of the arc. Clovis keeping them out of the paint. Hargrove to Armitage. Armitage into Cunningham. Cunningham now to Jayla David. Tries to put it up and in. No good. Fight for the rebound. It's going to beat Lewis coming away with it. Lewis is going to weave through traffic all the way in. Tries to put up a layup. Does not fall. She does not finish. And Cunningham with the rebound. Now she takes it coast to coast up. Oh, and it doesn't fall, but she gets her own rebound, and putback is good. So 59-15 now. 3:15 left. A whistle sounds. Clovis wants a timeout. And let's see if it's going to be a 30 or a 60. As 3:12 left in the game with running clock. It does not take long for a game to just evaporate before you know. You blink and it's done when the clock is running. And it has been. So we'll just keep it right here. Nope, we'll go ahead and take a 30-second timeout. It'll be probably our last one with the running clock. So we'll take it. Be back in 30 seconds with more Lady Eagle basketball from Tasker Arena. And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball from Tasker Arena. You're watching and listening on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5 out of the Clovis timeout. 3:12 left to play in the game with running clock because Hobbs is more than 35 points ahead. 59-15 is your score. And out on the floor, Muniz, Zepeda, Cano, Godwin, and Size for Hobbs. Hobbs going deep into their bench, getting some playing time for the supporters who are all very talented again. And some of these girls like Cano and Godwin played in the JV game, and the Lady Eagle JV team also was victorious over Clovis. So Clovis inbounds, a three-point attempt up, no good. Godwin trying for the rebound. It comes down, and Zepeda is actually going to control it. She moves across the timeline. running the point for Hobbs. Gets it to Manise in the right corner. Manise pulls out, works it over the left. Now over to Size. Size on the left wing, gets it to Manise in the corner. She puts up a three-point shot. It won't fall. Godwin with the rebound, her first. Oh, but then it's taken away. So Hobbs with a turnover, their 8th of the game. Clovis with the ball. Petner's got it. She drives up in the lane, puts up a shot, no good, but she is going to be fouled. Let's see who they call that on. As they call that on Godwin, I believe. Yes, they do. It's her first foul. Second team foul on Hobbs in this fourth quarter. And it's going to put Petner at the line to shoot 2. It's up and no good. Spins in and out. Petner with a steal in the game so far, no points. Second shot is going to close the clock, stays running. And the second one up, no good. The fight for the rebound. It's tipped out of bounds, I think, by Godwin. So it'll be, is it going to be Clovis basketball? I believe it will be. That's right. So Clovis will inbound as they're getting some of their bench in as well during the last couple of minutes of this game. 1.5 minutes left to play. Inbound comes to Petner. Petner over to De La Rosa. De La Rosa drives in, puts up a shot from the right side. It won't fall. Godwin the rebound, her second. She passes to Zepeda across the timeline, center court. Works over to the right, gets it to Manise in the right corner. Thinks about the 3, moves up, gives it to Navarro, actually. Navarro puts up a shot, it won't go. She fights for the rebound, and it's going to be a jump ball. It'll be Hobbs' ball. So good job. 58 seconds left. Clock is ticking, almost over. Zepeda will look, trying to inbound, finds Navarro. Navarro to Size to Manise, thinks about the 3, then passes into Navarro, gets it to Zepeda, tries the 3-point from the right wing, won't fall. Fight for the rebound, Clovis has it. Bring it down, that's De La Rosa. Getting worked on by Manise and Zepeda. She kicks it out, I believe, to Phillips in the game for the first time. To Petner. Petner pulls up on the right wing, tries a 3, doesn't fall. Fight for the rebound, and it's going to be 30. That is Navarro with the rebound. Pass across on the right side goes out of bounds, but I think last touch pushed out by Clovis. Good hustle by Clovis, trying for the ball. But Manise will be able to inbound right in front of the scorer's table into Zepeda. Zepeda will walk across the timeline and just hang on to the ball, and the time runs out as Hobbs wins this one 59-15. Final score, and we'll be back to wrap this one up. Your Lady Eagles victorious, and they go up 22-3 on the season, 5-0 in district. They play at Carlsbad for their final regular season game next Friday, and we will have that game right here on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. And welcome back to the wrap-up post-game show here. Your Hobbs Lady Eagles victorious over Clovis, 59-15 final score. This one, 59-15, and Hobbs holding Clovis to just 2 points in the second half. They were ahead 53-13 at the end of the half and held them to just 2 points in the second half. And incredible. And we have head coach Joe Carpenter up here to talk with us. And Coach Carpenter, I'm showing Nakaya Mojica with 18 points, 4 rebounds, your leading scorer for the game, but you had lots of great participation. You had 14 points and 6 rebounds from Kendall Cunningham. Brett Clay, 5 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 assists. A lot of assists on the board tonight. Armitage, 4 points, 5 rebounds, an assist, a steal. Zapata with a point, 3 rebounds. I mean, you also had Hargrove in there, 6 points, 3 rebounds, an assist. David, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. You had Seiss with a couple of points, a rebound. Nevada with a rebound. Manise with 5 points, a rebound, a steal. Godwin with a couple of rebounds, as well as you were able to get the bench players in the last couple of minutes, and they saw some time and contributed on the stats as well. I don't know that this is all right. I noticed the last game you pulled up, you brought up the book with you, and I didn't even ask you, what you wanted to talk about and notice from the stats, and so I apologize for that. But big win, of course, tonight. What do you say about a game, a blowout like this against Clovis?
Man, I was real shocked. I'll be honest with you. I was real shocked that we held them to 2 points in the second half. I mean, that's amazing. That's got to be a record, I mean, that's crazy. Some of it was them, some of it was us, a lot of it was us. We did pressure the ball, and we got turnovers and different things. And, it's just we got to get into a ball game before state. I don't know when or how, but
you're talking about more competition for you. Yeah.
Something's got to happen, or we got to beef up practice a little bit more, and go harder against each other. But, yeah, that's my only concern right now is the way the schedule's falling for us, and we need to be challenged.
Okay. Well, Carlsbad is your last regular season game next Friday, and you got a whole week off before then. Do you like those long, layoffs? Do you like a week to practice and to do that, or would you rather, stay at it and have a game a little closer if you had your druthers?
I hate it.
Yeah, you'd rather
you'd have that. And then when we're playing good, we want to keep playing.
Right.
At least twice a week, And we're playing pretty good ball right now, and we just don't get a chance. And I'm just afraid we're going to get stale or stagnant. It looks like one game a week for the next 2-3 weeks. It's bad. It is what it is, and we just got to overcome it and find ways.
Yeah, if you're 5-0 in district now, and you've got that one last game. It's going to be on the road at Carlsbad on Friday night. You easily handled Carlsbad in their house the first time around in district. Now, what do you say about going back to play the final game against them there? They don't have anything to lose. They're going to throw everything they can and try to play as well as they can against you.
Good. I hope they challenge us. I hope it's a great game. I hope it goes down to the wire. I mean, let's go. But in order for that to happen, they're going to have to stop us, and that's going to be one of the things that we're playing well right now, and we'll have to wait and see how that happens. But I don't know, Don. It's just tonight was fun to watch, especially in the first half, and then that running clock, and it takes everything out of the game, I think. I don't know.
It does make it when that clock, it goes so fast. I talked several times during the game about how when you get to running clock and you're the team that the clock is running on, it's just amazing how fast it goes and how hard it is to get anything going offensively against the other team when you're under that pressure, and that clock just is unrelenting, just tick tick tick, and it goes before you know it. Of course, it's good to be on the side that the Lady Eagles are on when that happens, but as you said, it just takes sort of the air out of the gym because, it's a very one-sided game at that point, extremely, 2 points, you held them to 2 points in the same. And yet they didn't go away. I mean, they were out there. They were trying to fight, maneuver, and trying to counter. It's just, you guys, the talent and the put the talent together with the coaching and the experience, and it's just the Lady Eagles are very hard to stop unless by a equally talented team, you know.
Yeah.
And so kudos to the teams that come in and have a hard row to hoe and a hill to climb against you guys, and they don't give up, and they don't, you know, they keep fighting and playing as well as they can, but you guys were just too much for it. In particular, I noticed you really contained Jefferson. She's has been one of their big guns all season, and she had 0 points on the night.
Wow.
She had rebounds, but she had
Wow.
you guys held her to 0 points.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So anything anything you want to highlight about the game tonight, or say about your team, or anything as far as that goes?
Nah, we're ready to play the next game. I mean, we just need to play. We need to stay in a rhythm and play, and not take days off. And
Yeah.
looks like we're going to end up taking a couple days off.
Right.
Rest the legs, I guess.
If you beat Carlsbad and become outright, you know, season and district champions, then we'll have the district tournament. And if you go into that, if you win outright, you'll just have a bye in the first 2 games of that tournament and go right into the championship game. And again, that's where you're talking about having a whole week off. Again, you know, between the Carlsbad game and that game, before, you know, the district tournament championship. So. You know, thanks as always for coming up and playing, and good luck with the downtime, you know, and good luck, of course, against Carlsbad next Friday. Of course, you're going to be super prepared and ready going in there, and we'll be there and have that game for you. But, you know, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Contributions tonight, and a lot of 3-pointers again. So nice to see everybody firing. One thing I did want to ask you about, Jayla David sat out the Roswell High game on Tuesday. She was back in tonight. She didn't start. Are you still letting her recover and try to get as strong as possible?
Yes, we need to get her healthy, and she had been sick all week, so we're trying to make sure that we don't overdo it with her. And
right,
you know, she was having some vertigo, a little bit of stuff, you know. So
right.
we just want to make sure. And I think she played enough minutes tonight, and she got in there and broke a sweat, and it was good for her.
Good.
But I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. We just gotta stay healthy.
Yeah. Stay healthy. You've talked about peaking at the right time, playing a great team ball, a lot of assists tonight, a lot of really good things. Not really anything to point out. You even kept the turnovers were very low. I think I had 8 for the whole game, and that may actually be more like 7. And Clovis had at least 19 that you forced off of good defense. So thanks again.
Okay.
Congratulations. And we'll see you next Friday. Yay. Any final thoughts and words?
22 in a row, baby. 22 in a row.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Coach. All right, and that's going to do it. We appreciate Coach Carpenter, as always, thanking him. And we say thank you for watching and listening. Your final score again here at Tasker Arena, 59-15. Final score, Hobbs girls victorious. And we'll be back next Friday with your Lady Eagle season-ending game, or a regular season-ending game. There will be more, but it'll be on the road from Carlsbad. I'm Dawn Morgan. Thanks very much to Tiff Stuber and to Juan Arona for producing and engineering, and to Jonathan for running the camera. We appreciate you, Jonathan, and thank you for watching and listening at Lady Eagle Basketball here on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. Good evening.